are Pearl.
Hi, we're students at Birmingham School of Art. We spend a lot of our time in this building surrounded by such beauty, which is where we got our inspiration to do our project.
Our goal was to modernise the School of Art and we want to celebrate 175 years of teaching at the school. We started researching the word Margaret and we thought it was time for a change because Margaret sounds too old. So we basically searched the word Margaret and it turns out that Margaret derives from the Greek word meaning Margon, which actually means pearl. So hence why we named our brand Pearl.
After choosing the word Pearl, we decided that we wanted to come up with a logo that best fit our company. So we went around each taking photos of the floor, the walls, the stairs, and then we decided which ones we preferred and then created a logo from that.
We went around the School of Art trying to find text that was used and also patterns, and we found the text that is used in the logo and combined it with the floor that is used repetitively around the School of Art.
After creating the logo, we then moved on to the way that we wanted to design the cushions, and we did this by taking photos around Margaret Street to do with the floors, the walls, but we decided to choose the different floor designs because we thought that they looked really funky and we had marble effects in and cubed effects, but we also wanted to make it more modern, and these are the designs that we came up with.
Mine is called Marvelous, and I took a photo of the tiled floor and I used the colours as inspiration for my design. So I took the old tiles and turned it into a more modern design using the colours. So I used watercolour paints for this, and then I used a fine liner to add the little details.
My design is called Flawless. I took a photo of the most interesting part of the floor, which I think, and then I put my design into Photoshop and I put a filter on it and then I emphasised the sunset colours.
With my design, I decided to use various colours which I thought would bring the colours out. So I took a picture of the floor which is based inside the lobby area, and then I used this in editing it in Photoshop, but I wanted to create sort of a black and then use different colours to emphasise the brightness in it, and I decided to call it Floor Glow.
My design is called Squareway. I took a photograph of the staircase, which is used on a daily basis, and put it into Photoshop and generated this square design. After creating our designs, we went to Parkside Building and printed the fabrics. We chose the cotton satin as this was then able to be washed by the users. It was a lengthy process. We had to print the fabric and then we had to steam it and then hand wash it so that it would stay like that when washed.
Next, we chose our backings. We went for a light suede and a dark satin. We chose the colour brown because it's neutral and it also complements all of our designs. Also the fabrics we chose were really soft because we want people to use them on their beds and sofas, so we wanted a comfy material.
When it came to actually making the pillows, we had to think very carefully. For example, like the fabrics all had to match, the thread and the zips also had to match.
So we used sewing machines to create the pillows, and I did it inside out and then I pinned them together, and then I stitched all along, leaving a little opening for the zip, and then I turned it inside out, and then I kind of folded the fabric and then attached the zip with the sewing machine, and then the name tag as well. We printed these out also, and then we just added some little stitches there, and that's the pillows.
We're going to go around and see what other people think of our pillows.
What do you think of our cushions?
I think they're lovely. What was your inspiration from? I like the mark making.
We got our inspiration from Margaret Street.
So yeah, what part?
The floors, the windows, everything pretty much. We just decided to modernise them.
Well, I think they're lovely.
Do you reckon that you'd ever buy one of these?
I'd buy this one.
What do you think of our cushions?
I love the cushions. Really like them.
And which design do you like best?
That one.
Would you say you'd purchase one of these online?
Yeah, I think I might do. Maybe a bit bigger.
We've designed these cushions based on the School of Art and just modernised them.
I wanted to know, what did you think of them?
You designed the cushions?
Yes.
And they were based on the School of Art?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So do they relate to parts of the building or patterns
Yeah,
within
so
the building?
the staircase, the floor.
I thought I recognised
Yeah.
that as the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we basically just want to know, like, would you buy one of these?
Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, I probably would. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very different
Yeah.
as well.